Growing up with my dad and older brother had never been easy. My mom had passed away when I was just 10 years old, leaving me to navigate the turbulent waters of adolescence with just the two of them. By the time I was 13, my brother was 16 and often out with his friends, seeking refuge from the chaos at home. Our house, a once cozy place, had transformed into a dimly lit sanctuary for my dad's alcoholism. He was always too drunk to notice whether I was at home or out with friends. It felt like I had free rein, but in reality, I lived in a world without rules or boundaries. My dad had a knack for inviting random, unsavory characters into our home. These strangers, often lost in the throes of addiction or alcoholism themselves, would either pass out on our dingy couch or barely acknowledge my presence as I hurried to my room. One night, I returned home in the early hours after a late-night drinking session with my friends at the park. My father was, predictably, slumped in the armchair, clutching a nearly empty bottle of whiskey. My brother was nowhere to be found, presumably seeking solace elsewhere. I tiptoed past my dad, offering him a pitiful glance, a mix of pity and resignation. As I traversed the dimly lit living room, my heart skipped a beat when I noticed an unfamiliar man seated on our worn-out couch. He appeared to be in his mid-50s, and something about his gaze set my nerves on edge. He wore a predatory smile, and his eyes gleamed with unsettling intent. Fear surged through me as I continued my ascent upstairs. In my room, I quickly shed my street clothes for comfortable pajamas, my trembling fingers fumbling with the buttons. My bladder urged me to visit the bathroom, but the chilling encounter downstairs weighed heavily on my mind. I stood at my bedroom door, hesitant, my breath caught in my throat. Then, a voice, cold and eerie, pierced the silence. "You look nice in those pajamas." The stranger's lecherous grin remained, intensifying my dread. My heart raced as I sensed the malevolence in his words. Ignoring my initial intention to visit the bathroom, I retreated into my room and locked the door behind me. Panic surged through my veins as the stranger persisted, his voice dripping with menace. "I'm just trying to say hello. Don't be so rude. Open the door." His relentless attempts to gain entry were compounded by the relentless pounding in my chest. Desperation guided my actions as I dragged my bed in front of the door, knowing the lock would offer little protection if he decided to use force. My smart 13-year-old mind understood the danger I was in, isolated and trapped in my own room. Summoning every ounce of courage, I flung open my window and screamed into the inky night, "Help! Help! Please!" My voice cut through the stillness of the neighborhood, a desperate plea for salvation in the face of impending danger. Unbeknownst to me, my neighbor, a man who had always shown kindness and concern for our family's well-being, was awakened by my frantic screams. Aware of my father's struggles with alcohol, he rushed to our aid, fearing the worst. Entering the house, he found my father snoring away, blissfully unaware of the turmoil that had unfolded just upstairs. Following the sound of my cries, my neighbor pressed on, determined to reach me in time. His footsteps resonated with purpose, his heart beating as a beacon of hope. At my bedroom door, he knocked gently, his voice a soothing presence amidst the chaos. He was a hero, a protector, and he was there to offer safety and comfort. Inside the room, I sat trembling in a ball, tears streaming down my face. My neighbor held me gently, his reassuring presence a balm to my frayed nerves. I recounted the horrifying encounter, my voice shaky with trauma. Though the menacing stranger had disappeared, the specter of his threat lingered. My father's perpetual drunkenness meant I couldn't rely on him for support or protection. In that poignant moment, as we faced the darkness together, my neighbor became my unexpected hero. He vowed to watch over me, to provide a sanctuary amidst the tempest of my life. The night's darkness would forever haunt me, but I'd found a glimmer of hope in the compassionate gaze of my caring neighbor.